Hey, good morning everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss Pre-Market Report for Wednesday, April 18th, 2018. I'm Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. Right here you'll see that price has pushed above our 69 quarter key level here. That is the FOMC key level from December. Price finally pushed through that level, and that opened up a big time push back above the 27.0375 key level, which is the midpoint of the key range. Again, that midpoint has been very important, and the idea here is with the higher lows and the horizontal resistance here that an upside break was likely to occur, which would lift price into 27.31, and over time, perhaps over the next 2 weeks, push it as high as 2800. Again, we continue to be in a trading range here, so if we do float to the upside, we could begin to see weakness up here that brings us right back down to 2703, perhaps back to 2600 as it continues to develop within this range. So right now the flow is to the upside. The idea is to look to buy pullbacks here ahead of a continuation toward 2731 and as high as 2800 over the next week or so. So that's the idea right now. Any failure to hold above 69.25 here would suggest a failure and a return back toward recent lows. So that's what we'll be looking for here in the ES, looking for further strength ahead toward 27.31 and higher. Looking at the NQ, very similar price action as well. This one actually led the rally yesterday. This one closed above 66.53. The idea was that closing above that point and pushing through that zone would open up a return back to 69.17. That's the FOMC key level from March. Overall, that has played out so far with a big breakout day in the previous session. A pullback could provide an opportunity to buy in ahead of a move into 6900 and perhaps back into 7100. Again, very similar to the ES. We can get back into this zone and again see another round of weakness back toward 66.53, perhaps as low as 6300 as this thing continues to develop within this range. So that's the idea here as we progress in the NQ. Taking a look at crude oil, this one's already seen a very nice buy opportunity off of our trigger zone. I mentioned before we could pull back here as deep as 6500, look for a defense in that area for a continuation. The space between that golden line and the next line below, that's the 8 period, that's the 21 period pivot based EMA. That provides a great buying opportunity for a continuation towards 70.41. That's what we were looking at yesterday, was for price to pull back to 65.07 as deep as that zone to find support and then look to race into the 70.41 level. So right now, very strong in energy across the board. Crude oil up, Brent up. You have heating oil, nat gas also up on the day, though not as strong. But right now, very bullish overall. And again, the next key level above will be 70.41 if prices can continue to hold above 66.29 and especially that 65.100 or 65 evens. Let's take a look at gold. Here's gold again, continues to coil up, continues to have kind of a rounded bottom here that continues to develop. Again, this one has coiled up so much it's almost due major expansion at any time here. It really hasn't gotten a whole lot of action here lately. One fade off the highs, but really hasn't moved a whole lot, and this could be just ahead of a time where we see major expansion. So continue to watch gold for signs of expansion ahead. And lastly, looking at Bitcoin, this one again we mentioned a decent bounce and a breakout here. The 7200 level upon a retest could be the best buying opportunity for a move into 9500. So that could be a short-term opportunity to push this thing back up. Failure to hold, a retest of 7250 could open up a return to lows below this 5880. So right now 7200, 7250 is the most important level on the board right now short term for XBT. If you take a look here at pivotboss.com and click on news, it'll drop you down to this section here. You'll have this recording that pops up, but the recording here, watch the replay of today's PivotBoss trading room. It'll be in the second position here. Click on that there and you will get a recording of yesterday's trading room. This is what it looked like in our room, what we were watching, what we were trading. I took profits in Roku, continue to have a position in that one and another one as well. So we continue to engage the market here based on what the market has given us. If you want to see what that looks like, almost 2 hours of trading activity here, where you're going to glean a lot of great trading insights for traders of all levels. Whether you're a beginner or experienced, you're going to get a lot of great tidbits out of this session. Again, a really great session where you can learn a whole lot. You can read more about it here. So I encourage you to go check it out and let me know what you think. All right, that's it for now. Let's see how these play out heading into the rest of the market. Good luck and trade well.